Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go. Yeah. The tricks of the trade, the rules of the game. I've been to the top and I've been to the bottom. I tell you, they look about the same. I can speak about comfort. I can speak about pain. You wanna come do this? Study my movements. Go opposite of the grain. See, I never heard of vacations. Bro, that word to me is insane. I'd rather put hands in the dirt as I put in the work and watch suckers complain. Cause on it regardless, who go the hardest? Whole family is just chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs. The blood, sweat, and tears of my stripes. I only tell stories of fights. You learn that the struggle is part of the hustle. Don't ever mistake them as gripes. First I hit them with lefts, then I hit them with rights. After all that I've been through, I gotta continue to cut through that bull with a knife. You holding me up, so I'm rising. You want me to fail, well, surprised. I'm addicted to winning, so since the beginning, I only focus on horizons. Only regardless, who go the hardest? Whole family is a chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared.
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Antonio Tarver. Of course, you remember him for what he did to Roy Jones Jr. He is the former multi-time light heavyweight champion of the world. Up against them, fists of fire.
This bout is...
You can tell both of these two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. A perfect counter shot. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
It's so hot, it's so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on your face, you're sweating and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be a hellfire on earth.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. It's all offense all the time. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
And there's the bell for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
This is a high-octane battle. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Tarver's been rocked. Down goes Tarver. They knew it when they threw it. The perfect body shot, and no one's standing up to that one.
That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You continue.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
To make or break a fighter.
There's the bell for round 3. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
He misses with that jab. Nice counter shot. They both want a knockout, you can tell. That counter punch caught him clean. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Can't land that jab. The counter lands. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
I love that. I love that. That jab is slick.
And there's the bell to start round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice stop, but that won't score. Those counter punches have to hurt. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you think...
There's the bell to start round 5. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well done with that counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. These two fighters are made for one another. That counter shot lands. Good counter punching. And he misses with the left uppercut. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Beautiful counter punch. The straight right just misses. Got out of the way of that right hook. Catch and shoot. There's a counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Don't worry about that round. Let's go out there. Good work. That's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just get in care. Go out there and win this next round.
On to the 6th round. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a cliff. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Punch, counter punch. Straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And look at that body shot. They couldn't have thrown it any better. So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
There ain't no room. Only one number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Here I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining, check the ratings. Let me out, I don't wanna be caged in. Yeah, I'm ready, who's next up? Pay attention now, yeah, your best luck. I like to warm up like a few jabs, and then I hit hard like a left hook. My style's unique, not textbook. Step to me, you get yourself messed up. Win or lose, still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham, and here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. Sugar Ray Leonard. He's 175 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And standing across from him, Kell Brook. He tipped the scales at an even 147 pounds. That's the welterweight limit. 5'9" tall with a reach of almost 70 inches.
There is no joke about this. Someone is going to get hurt, the other is going to get embarrassed. Let's make sure they measure up well.
Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won world titles in 5 different weight classes, including the undisputed welterweight title. His hometown is Wilmington, North Carolina. Kell Brook, the former welterweight champion of the world, fighting out of
Fighting out of the red corner from Palmer Park, Maryland, a legend of the sport, the 5-division champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing the former British welterweight champion from Sheffield, England, here is the former welterweight champion of the world, Special K, Kell Brook.
The atmosphere is usually second to none if you get the right fights in.
What a great... After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. The left jab is landing at will. All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Fight on by the grill, I'm like I'm Joe. Always tryna fight on by the. Always tryna fight on by the grill, I'm like I'm Joe. I'm coming for that dough, soon as I walk, they making noise. I'm walking through my city, they like boom by 3-0. Knock them out in 60 seconds, like I'm using cheat codes. I just want that money, like I'm money made. I might buy my jet and uppercut, and he up on my way. With my way, discount double check, undisputed champ. I'ma walk inside my dog, I'm what coach flick. Underdogs coming out on top, got us so sick. 1, 2, 3, I think it's over. 4, 5, 6, he leaning over. 7, 8, they bout to ring the bell. 9, 10, pack 'em up like mail. It's over, 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 it's over. UNDISPUTED. I'm undisputed, undisputed. UNDISPUTED. I'm undisputed, undisputed. It's over, it's over, it's over.
And a smile upon your face, eyes rolling off your tongue. You could tell your time for days. You come so automatic. It's the heart of your game. It comes so automatic. It all starts to sound the same. It's just a noise dragging on me. These boys. It will be. It's just a noise dragging on me.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale. El Nino. He's the Jackal, Carl Frampton.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Barinas, Venezuela,
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here. And that's the opening bell, round 1. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here.
I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. Compliments on my accomplishments are only possible due to your involvement, volume, level, and confidence. A consequence of stimulating your consciousness, activating the cognitive structures. I think all you mother and opposites still play a vital role in my conquering. The combination of confrontation and pondering. Occupation is populating the conference with conversation, no astonishment, consuming the comments and then vomiting up the Vonnegut. Hey. Ominous as a monster is underneath your posturepedic, possibly in the closet. It's an necropolis, scary how I'm optimistically obstinate. Ain't no domino in my dominance when I'm dropping this. Janis Joplin droplets, it sound like the apocalypse mixed with Christopher Wallace's topics on top of obelisks. It's a Kabbalist novelist inside of my esophagus.
Welcome to Kingdom Arena, the home to some of the biggest fights in recent history, and we're going to see another one right here, right now. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
El Nino de Oro. It's
This bout is scheduled.
not too many seats. And there's the bell to start round one. Solid punch. That jab doesn't score. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the fans of the people here, of the millions of...
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. The Venezuelan is rocked. Oh, Linares goes to the canvas. And that body shot folded him like an old T-shirt.
I need to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Nice hook. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
You're being put down. You've got to think right.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Nice counter shot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right, concentrate.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Good counter punching. Nobody home with that hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get...
There's the bell to start round 3. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Which fighter will say no mas? Didn't land that jab. How about that time counter shot? Off the charts action from both of these fighters. That jab won't score. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Needs a knockout with that.
On to the fourth we go. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter shot. Caution being thrown to the wind. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This is not where Carl Frampton wants to be. How is this fight still continuing?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
time they throw a shot, they get countered. He threw a punch. Whoa, Johnny! Frampton now knocked backwards. He's got to cover up. And it appears they went. Did you see that? Ooh, and Carl Frampton just got rocked. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change?
I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
That counter punch caught him clean. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
He parries away the left uppercut. A second to catch our breath. And they block the right uppercut. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. There's the bell to start round 6. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
This fight so far, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick breath, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way to a fight.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. And there it is. Carl Frampton goes down. And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
Even
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight?
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Frampton in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
I love the response, though.
There's the bell to start round 7. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Oh, boy, Carl Frampton now in some serious trouble. To see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. And boom! Back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Well done with that counter shot. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Frampton in that last round. That'll be... There's the bell to start round 8. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Beautiful counter punch. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. Left uppercut doesn't score. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know...
Keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, cause I say what I like and I do what I please. Brothers think I didn't train for this my whole life. Tried to tell them it didn't come with ease. They must have thought that I didn't put in graft. Stayed fully focused and stuck to the task. When it paid off, I was like at last. Them other brothers can kiss my ass. And I promise you that I wouldn't wanna be ya. Them man ain't got this energy, do ya? I cannot feel that vibe going through ya. Flat back quit like my dead computer. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend.
We welcome you to Cambrian Hall. When you think class, this is the place to be. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Up. Saul K. It's Kell Brook, the former welterweight champion of the world, fighting out of the Steel City of Sheffield, UK.
It'll be ding-ding from first off. They're off.
And with that, let's go into the ring and the Hall of Fame.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a...
Another gun. All damn, just what have I become? No chance, I'm still what they waiting for. No brain on stage, been here before. Hold on too much, gotta let it go. No pain, I'm out of it, ain't involved. No call, no show, I ain't really gone. Too late to say I was dead wrong. Throwing out the way for that info. Feel lost, but I know that we close. We down my lane on the road. Feel like I've been there before, but maybe switching my roles. Cold dude, no you. Now you ain't never that. So lose, I do. I gotta run it back. Cold dude, no you. Now you ain't never that. So lose, I do. I gotta run it back. Another one time be fun. I think my aim just begun. Another one last time please ya. Nah, I ain't live to please ya. Ain't got no plans to be through. With this whole thing to see through. And I ain't trying to be cool. Nah, I'm just trying to be true. But all I do is see blue. At least the 10 in my room. Feel like it's trying to consume. But I'm just days that refuse. Or maybe make it out soon. I assume that my doom ain't the worst of the guess. What my purpose is. Start my verse, then I fall when the curtain ends. When the curtain ends, yeah, it's just back to pretend. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Off in the back where I blend. Off in the back where yeah, it's just back to pretend. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Off in the back where another one, another one, another one. Another one done.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. Here is Roy Jones Jr., Pensacola's finest, one of the great young champions in boxing today. He's 24 years old, 5'11". Here comes Roy Jones Jr., was controversially denied a gold medal. Here comes the Miracle Man himself, Daniel Jacobs, who's had epic battles with Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, the former two-time middleweight champion, looks to get back on top with a win in this one.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, introducing the newly crowned champion, holding a record of 22 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the...
Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out.
Todd, all I can say,
All right, I went
heaven
over
on
the
earth.
rules.
Heaven
I
on
want you to
earth.
protect
Under the
yourself at
bright
all
lights
times.
here for this one,
And what I
really
say
good
you must
matchup,
obey.
and we're hoping for
Good
a
luck.
really good fight.